There's been a little bit of speculation about the hype and popularity of the Jordan 1 declining recently, especially after the Lucky Greens came out and it was sitting. Who knows, who cares, I don't know what the truth is. All I know is I was lucky enough to get a Sneakers Reserve win, which means a local shop actually reserved the size that I needed for this shoe, and I could just go pick it up. Kind of brings me back to the old days. There's no stress that the Sneakers app is gonna break. There's no stress that the delivery person is gonna steal your shoes and it might never show up. And this Sneakers Reserve win was for a shoe that I really wanted. At the end of March, when I went through all the April sneaker releases, I mentioned that I really like this shoe. Air Jordan 1 Washed Pink. This shoe released on April 22nd for $180. I think it sold out pretty quickly on sneakers. Now this shoe is a woman's exclusive. I believe this is the second woman's exclusive Jordan 1 that I picked up this year. The first one was the reverse Laney that no one else cared about, but this one tops it easily. As someone that doesn't really wear pink, I've got like one t-shirt that was part of a breast cancer awareness day. I don't think I can pull off pink very well, but this muted washed pink, I think it's just so beautiful. Impeccable. Flawless. I love it. And the upper sole of the shoe consists of a white base leather layer with pink suede overlays, and the suede on the shoe is not fully pink. You can see hints of almost grey. It's almost made to seem a little dusty on purpose to give it that vintage washed muted pink color. And because it's suede, I do have to run my fingers over it. It is not the smoothest suede. It is a bit rough, but at least it's not like a synthetic suede that you see on the Air Max 1 86 Big Bubble. It does still feel pretty nice. And the leather on the shoe, not the best, pretty standard for an Air Jordan 1. Unfortunately, I do have different cuts of leather on the left and right shoe. So on the other shoe you see this more tumbled leather, compared to this shoe where you don't see the same thing. But regardless, pretty standard Air Jordan 1 leather. It's not the best. I think the leather on the Jordan 1 Starfish is better, and that shoe was also a women's exclusive. And on the ankle collar, it's actually not white leather. When I first saw images, I thought the whole base layer was white, but on the ankle collar, it is this kind of muted off-white muslin color. So just wanted to point that out, it's not a full white base layer. And of course you see the iconic Wings logo debossed on the heel of the shoe. The white on top of that wash pink, super nice. And the tongue of the shoe comes in that muslin color. It's almost like a peachy, orangey color. And the Nike Air on the tongue tag, it's so subtle. I kind of like how it blends into the rest of the tongue. And the laces that come with the shoe, it is the sail color again. It is not white. The shoe does come with extra laces. It comes in that pink color. And honestly, I can't decide which one I prefer. I think the pink would look pretty cool on the shoe, but I also like how it looks out of the box, so I think if I had to choose, I'd go with the sail laces. And the rubber midsole comes in the sail color. And usually I've been complaining about sail midsoles on every Nike and Jordan brand shoe nowadays. I kind of want them to go back to wide midsoles, but I think with this wash pink aesthetic, the sail midsole kind of makes sense. I think it goes well together. And of course the very iconic Jordan 1 rubber outsole. And this pink on the outsole is not muted. It does come in a fully pink color, but because it's on the outsole, it's not too much. I think it complements the rest of the shoe very well. Like every other Jordan 1, this shoe does feature a Nike Air unit on the heel. Very minimal cushioning. I would not use the Jordan 1 to exercise or go to the gym or play ball in. However, I do see a lot of people rocking Jordan 1s to the gym. I don't know how they do it. Probably don't care about their knees or their feet. More power to them. And because the midsole and outsole are both rubber, it is slightly heavier than other Jordan shoes that are made out of like EVA foam in the midsole, or Phylon, or even polyurethane. So if you're someone that loves shoes that almost feel like socks and have no weight to it, you don't even notice shoes on your feet, the Jordan 1 might not be for you. And what's interesting to point out is obviously this shoe heavily features that atmosphere pink as well as white. However, the insoles goes completely off the beaten path. Comes in this light green, almost lime green color. It's very close to a mica green that just appeared on the Air Max 1s. And heads up, I am reviewing that shoe, and I love that shade of green, so the insoles even on the shoe is awesome. And like most other Jordan 1 women's exclusive, it also comes with a Nike Air hang tag, this time in that atmosphere pink color. Love that. I love when Jordan brand throws in little kind of memorabilia with their shoes. And the box of the shoe, a very normal red Nike box. Nothing special about it. And now moving on to size and comfort, I am a size 9.5 true to size. I do have wide feet, but the Jordan 1 is one of the Jordans that I actually don't have to go up half a size. I find the Jordan 1s fit pretty well despite my wide feet. Sometimes on this toe box area, it can feel snug at first, but I think if you wear it in, it starts to loosen up. It is leather, so it has some give. And I know with people with flatter or wider feet, on the arch, that'll give them problems if they go true to size. However, because the Jordan 1 arch doesn't come up as high, and the material here is usually leather, there is more give to it, doesn't give me that same issue. So if you do have wide feet, I do recommend staying true to size, unless you just want a very loose fit, especially in that toe box area. Maybe go up half a size, but when I've gone up half a size in Jordan 1s, because of the length, it's so long, the way it creases on the toe box, it just looks ugly. It looks more like clown shoes than other silhouettes, so I tend to go true to size in Jordan 1s. And the padding inside the shoe, I gotta say, the ankle collar padding, it just feels so soft. I don't know if it's softer than other Jordan 1s, but this one stands out to me a lot more. I'm gonna get another pair of Jordan 1s and compare. Okay, so it's probably just in my head, this feels just as soft. Maybe I just love that pink colorway, so in my head I was just trying to make it more comfortable than it actually is compared to other Jordan 1s. It feels the same to me. Regardless, the padding inside is very nice. The cushioning, however, as I mentioned before, it's very minimal. Just one Nike Air unit on the heel. It's barely there. I would not want to wear a Jordan 1 all day on my feet, especially as someone that prefers a softer feel. And on this shoe, the insole and the cushioning just doesn't really have that. And that brings the total sole score to 16 out of 25. And even though that's one of the lowest scores that I've ever given a shoe, I don't think that score does this shoe justice. Because I like this colorway so much, I would give this shoe a 10 out of 5 for colorway. Obviously I can't do that, but this colorway is just flawless to me. In terms of materials, I think the materials are fine. The leather is not the best leather, definitely better leather on other Jordan shoes. The suede, as someone that does prefer a very smooth suede, there is a bit of roughness to it. I don't know if that's on purpose to play into that washed and vintage aesthetic, but this is a little rougher than I would like it to be. And in terms of comfort, I mentioned before, it's just not really quite there. There are so many better fitting, comfortable shoes, in my opinion, for my feet, like the Jordan 2s, the Jordan 3s, the Jordan 5s, especially the Jordan 13s. This just doesn't really hold up in comparison. In terms of versatility, people might disagree with me, but I think this is a very, very versatile shoe. The Jordan 1 silhouette, no questions there, one of the most versatile classic silhouettes you'll ever see on the market. And the pink, because it's muted, because it is a wash pink and not super bright hot pink, I think this is super wearable. Some people might consider this a more feminine color. I think Jordan Brand obviously did because it is a woman's exclusive. But I think because it's muted, I think anyone can wear it. It goes with a lot of outfits. I usually can't pull off pink very well, but I think this shoe is super easy to wear. In terms of storytelling, unfortunately, there's not much of a story to tell. It is just a new colorway and a general release. I said this when images of this shoe first came out. I like them so much, I may consider doubling up. And if these restock and it sits and no one else really wants them, and I'm not taking a pair away from someone who doesn't have them, I might just do that, because in hand, this might just be my favorite Jordan 1 pickup of 2023 to date. Regardless of whether or not the Jordan 1 hype has really indeed died down, I don't really care. Never really cared about that. Can't keep chasing hype, you'll never beat it, you'll just be chasing it forever. I'm just happy that I got a pair that I really, really wanted. So that's it. Thanks for watching Sole Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 1 washed pink. Like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes.